What's up, YouTube? Welcome to more trades. Welcome to the stream. Hope you all are doing good. Your trades are going well. Interesting price action from Bitcoin today. Before we start the stream, if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot the channel just subscribing to it. So let's take a look at the charts and analyze what's happening, what's going on with this price action and what to expect next. If you've been following me, then you would get my videos that I posted today and you would see that the targets have been hit. And I also mentioned, I posted a video saying that expect an explosive movement very soon. And as I posted it, Bitcoin pumped and dumped in those few minutes. Very interesting. So we're going to get into the stream and analyze the charts and find out how did I know that we're going to pump, and how did I know anything's going to happen. I mean, I didn't know it's going to pump, but I knew something's going to happen very soon. All right, let's get into the chart. So as you can see, this is Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. Looks very choppy. We had a pump, everyone got excited. We had a dump, the bears got excited. But if you look at it if you look at it realistically, you are just in this accumulation or distribution range. We still don't know until we break the 24/7. Then that would tell us for sure that we're forming higher highs. We were forming higher highs, but the waves, the structure has changed. Our structure at the moment is a lower high and a lower low on this time frame. If we go on the hourly, you can see the same. And look at this crazy movement. We spiked the low and the high in a single hour. Look at that candle between the open and the close. The open of this candle was at 23,735, and the close of it, the low of this candle was 23,385, and the high was 24,187. That's an $800 candle. At the moment, Bitcoin is just cooling off after this pump. It needs time to cool off. Lure some more traders, some more longs, some more shorts. Let's look at the liquidations. That will tell us, give us an idea of where people, the majority of people in this zone at the moment. Looking at this just by the naked eye and just looking at vaguely, we have so many shorts up here compared to longs down here. You see the bubbles that have been with labels around them, writings. It mentions how many millions of dollars are there at that certain point. So if you look down, if we look under the 100x traders, these are the 100x traders. But 100x traders with small margins, small liquidity. And if we go lower, you go to the 50x traders, almost the same amount of liquidity. 25x are down here, even less liquidity. So just looking at this hourly chart, we see that the values, if you look at the values, the shorts are much more values. I mean, dollar wise, like 1 million over here. I didn't see anything more than point something of million. 11 million 100x trader at 23,935. Wow. That's a 100x trader. Then you have 50x traders, 1.85 million, and up here at 24,141, we have 50x traders at 2.56 million. Over here, 50x traders at 24,192, 11.9 million. We have a lot of shorts up here, a lot of money, 1.85 million, 25x shorts up here at 24,468. Up here, we have 1 million, 11 million at 24,704. They caught that wick and they still did not close their trades. I think some of these are liquidations, and I saw this just appearing now. I think just moved, it didn't appear. So when it moves, essentially maybe some trades getting closed or some orders, but this says it's liquidation. It doesn't say they're order blocks. But as a description of this indicator tells you that there are possibly there are liquidations from different exchanges, and showing any new opening positions in the trades. And you can see there are much more shorts than longs, so it makes perfect sense for the market to come up. But the market sometimes acts senseless. It doesn't make sense what the market does. If I look at this, I look at this fractal and I go back in time, and let's go to the 30k region and try to see past performance. What does this look like? This region over here, spike up, drop, a big pump up, spike down. So let's see. Over here was different because we were in a dump. There we're in a dump. We're in a pump. So let's assume this was our up. We're here. We had this pump and we're coming down. Or are we here? It's very hard to compare past performance with what's happening now, but sometimes it plays out at looking at the shape, because the shapes in the charts are just humans' emotions and market psychology. So they do play out a lot of times. So if we keep doing this with Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin keeps doing this, we come down again, we spike up, come down, spike up, down, spike up, and then possibly drop. I told you before that these big candles are mostly, look at this, Bitcoin likes to go back. See this dump? It came back and recovered it. This pump, it recovered almost 50% of it. This pump, you could see almost 50% or more. So Bitcoin does come back to liquidity, and what happened today just proved it. We had this pump and we came down yesterday, and now we have this wick. We will move up or down. We already recovered 50% of the top of the wick. The next candle did not follow through. This is on the hourly. Could it mean that we're stopped over here and we're going to come down and recover at least 50% of this and touch again the 23.4? That's possible. We recovered almost 50% of this. Does the market still want to continue and take this liquidity? Possibly this juicy liquidity over here? Let's look at the order blocks. We have order blocks sitting. Let's see where the order blocks are, because a lot of times they come back. We have an order block over here. That's people waiting to be filled possibly, or a lot of orders that have been placed at that point. And we have over here the 25. A lot of people are waiting for this range, the 25.7 range. And I mentioned it before in my videos, and I have a target for it. It's of an ascending channel that I have on one of my charts over here. Let's see if this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. It's a bit messy. It has a lot of lines. Let me switch off the order block, and you can see we had bearish divergence. I pointed out we had bearish divergence with the RSI, and it played out perfectly. That was on the hourly. And at the moment, I noticed something on RSI. I think we have formed if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to the 4 hourly, which is a strong time frame. After a certain trend, you want to see hidden divergence. That is a confirmation of a continuation of a trend. You don't usually see divergence after a trend. Like if we're moving up, you won't see hidden. You don't usually see hidden bullish divergence to tell you you're continuing up. You'll just get divergence. But now, after this move down slightly, we have created hidden bullish divergence. We have lower lows on the price action over here, and we had higher lows on the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence. This is bullish divergence, sorry. Bullish divergence is telling you there's going to be a pump. What you would like to see is higher highs on price action, lower highs on RSI. That would tell you hidden bullish divergence, and that's a continuation of a trend. But from this peak to this peak, we have no any bearish divergences over here, so we might continue up, but I don't think so. You see bullish divergence as a continuation. A bullish divergence usually plays out after a downtrend. You see a bullish divergence that tells you, okay, we're going to reverse now. And this is on the 4 hourly. Let's look at where we're sitting on our EMAs. Let's look at the 55 EMA on the 4 hourly. We're still above our 55 EMA, which is down here. And on the daily, I think we bumped our head on the 55. We need to go to Bitstamp. This is Bitstamp. These targets can be taken out. If you look at Bitstamp, you get a clear view, because you don't have a clear view of the futures market, but you have a clear view of you have a bigger picture, because it takes all the data of Bitcoin since Bitcoin's creation. On the daily, we're above the 55 EMA, but we had a doji, we had an evening star. Over here, we had a doji, another doji, and we reversed. We had a doji over here, another doji, and we reversed. We kind of had something similar like an evening star. We had a doji over here, and you could call it a doji also. And then we fell down. We pumped up and we came down. Hammer, come down. Doji, reverse. Spinning top or doji, pump. At the moment, like if you look over here, we had a hammer, reversed. Now we have a doji. So will Bitcoin respect these patterns, these candlestick patterns? We'll have to see. On the 1 hour chart, we dumped, then we had this. This is a doji. It's so long of these wicks, and it's a reversal pattern, and we pumped up and we pulled back again. On the 15-minute, that's the time frame that I like to get into. We had a liquidation spike which formed the doji, and we came back and recovered 50% of this move down. Let's look how exact did it go. Look at that. We exceeded the 50% into the 0.618. Did we? Actually, I need to look at that candle. Sorry. Let me switch off the volume. Okay. The wick came up to 23,889. Our 50% is at 23,894. That's how accurate the market moves. Nothing is random. Very precise. Now, where would Bitcoin go next, and how can we anticipate the movement? Let's go to a higher time frame where we get our levels. You need to understand, for starters, as long as you're below the 23.8, that's not good. At the moment, you're trying to cling to 23.8. This region, 23.735, very strong, but 23.8, in my opinion, is your level of support. If you're able to hold it, then you're safe. If you want to look at something else, point of control, fixed range volume profile, you take that to there, and that is our point of control, 23.8. That's why it's a significant support. It's where most of the volume, 75% of the trades occurred at this point. So that's your point of control, that's your range. Value area high, value area low, value area high at 24.65, value area low at about 23.659. I think I still have my label of starting soon. Sorry about that. What a guy. All right. So as long as we can hold the 23.8, I'm not just talking about like we're dropping now, but we didn't close. As long as we're holding it, that's fine. See, we wicked back, we pushed back above. It's trying its best to recover. If we pump up from this dump, I like to use fib retracement from the peak over here, 24,680. This is on Bitstamp. To the bottom over here. We came exactly to the 0.618 of this entire move down from the top, 24,680, and we got rejected strongly at the golden pocket. Now, we dumped to here, from the bottom to the top. How low could we go before we get a significant pump? Let's look at that. We could go, our 0.618 lies at 23,692. So 23,692 will be our 0.618, and that would be a good support at the time being. But we could, of course, just rip right through it. Bitcoin is still holding a diamond pattern. It broke it the other day and I invalidated it, and now we're back into a diamond pattern. If you look at that, look at that. Not a very good diamond, but yeah. And this is usually like a reversal pattern. Volatility, RSVVB. If you look at RSVVB, this is a volatility indicator. It tells you the volatility is contracting or expanding. So let's go to RSVVB. Very expanded after this pump. It's expected. Our stochastic was overbought and we came down. Are we going to continue lower to the oversold region? This is on the 1 hour. I mean on the 4 hour. This is on the 1 hour. We're still in a contraction on the 1 hour. Our stochastic was overbought over here and we came down. And we may continue. As you can see, it's very normal for stochastic. It comes up and starts going down. But when it goes down in steps. Goes down, pumps, till it goes to the oversold region on the hourly. On the 15 minutes, you'll see it happening a bit faster. We are on our way down. So we could have a slight move down before a move up. Something very interesting today you need to know that rarely happens. Bitcoin is going to have, well, all the markets are going to have a monthly and a weekly close today. The candle of the month and the week will be closing today for crypto. That's a significant thing. So you're going to see a lot of volatility coming into the end of the candle. That is within 3 hours and a half, 3 hours, 25 minutes to be exact. You'll see more volatility. Then the markets, Asian markets in Sydney will be opening and we'll see even more volatility come in. So you'll expect either very high volatility that would take us either higher or lower, or just a pump to grab the shorts that went short on the weekends when the markets were closed, then start coming down. That's a possible play. So let's go to targets. Let's look at targets. My targets are the same. At the moment we're in a range, top of the range at 24,224, bottom of the range. See how we bounced beautifully from the bottom of the range. We wicked below, swing failure pattern, and we came right in with volume. That would tell you, okay, accepted back in the range with volume, then we pump it. You like to see that, a swing failure, an acceptance back in the range, possibly in a smaller time frame. You see a swing failure, liquidity spike, high volume. You see a wick, then you see a volume spike, a green volume spike, exception back in the range, and then you like to see it move up. And to say that we're going to be moving up, it would be nice to see it moving and closing above the highs, 24,200, and start moving up. I will be bullish for the short term, really short term for Bitcoin if we're above 24.7. Then possibly we could go up to 25.7, 26.3. That's my analysis. If we can get up above the 24.7 that was put in over here. This chart is on Binance Perpetual Futures, 24/7. If we can get above it and start moving up, then we will see 25/7, 25/7, and possibly 26/1, depending on where and how fast we get there. So if we pump on this single candle, we go to 25/6, and at that point you will see all those liquidities that I showed you, the liquidity points at 25/7. People are waiting for shorts to be filled also. At that level, there'll be a lot of volatility. But you need to keep in mind that Bitcoin at the moment, if we even go on the 4-hourly, I believe that the VPVR, Bitcoin has nothing stopping it from going up except the market. So what I mean is, this is volume on the 4-hourly. Look at this gap. We barely have anything. On the daily, same thing, volume is thinning out. On the monthly, I can't see anything on the monthly for some reason, because this is on Binance. What if I go to Bitstamp? Bitstamp doesn't show me much volume over here. Everything is just below here. Another thing I would like you to know that we have a large volume spike here on the monthly around the 10k range. So if Bitcoin drops, this will be the last thread of support if it loses the 12k, if and when it gets here. On the monthly, we're still below the 55 EMA. We aren't able to get above it. Look at that. We're struggling at the 55. This candle's high is 24,676. The EMA is at 24,503. So it wicked it and came below. We didn't get that red July I've been talking about. So I will admit I was wrong about that. But all my other targets that I give, almost all of them get hit almost to the dollar so far. Let's look at other targets. Yeah, so the top of this ascending channel that we're in, that it's been respecting for a long time, since 13th of July. The top of it, if we're going to respect it and continue, we're going to go up here. But we've been stuck in this range for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We could break out. The good news is that we're still holding. We didn't do what we did over here. We started dropping down. We're still holding this range. So this is very strong from Bitcoin. We could continue higher. We're holding the support from the previous peaks. But once we lose 23.7 and start really moving down, then that would be a problem for Bitcoin, and we'll go to lower levels of support, possibly the 20,700 range. So if we lose that, if it's simple, if you lose the 23.7 and start capitulating down, you have the 22.5 range, then the 20,700 to 21,000. Those are your three major levels on a big time frame that you need to be aware of. Now let's go on the smaller time frame and go back to, let's go to this chart. At the moment, this is the same channel, ascending channel, but slightly different, drawn differently. The high is at 25k possibly. We have a green trend line over here that comes from these. Let me show you. This green trend line was a bear flag. We broke the bear flag and we're moving up. The bear flag length, in my opinion, shouldn't exceed the pole, and it looks like it's getting there, or it's already past there. So as a pattern, I'm not liking it, but it could be a continuation pattern, but just not a bear flag. It's just a consolidation, distribution, but you need to look at the facts. The facts are, from 17th June, we've been making higher lows and trying to make higher highs. There we have a higher high, and now we made a higher high, and possibly we're making a higher low over here, and we go to 25k within the next few days or even before that. But don't just get all bullish and all that, because we have a lot of problems with Bitcoin. Is that we're struggling at the 23.8 at the moment, and at the 24.2. We're between 23.8 and 24.2 is a big problem for Bitcoin at the moment, but we have support at 23.4. I had a stop loss over here today, and I moved my stop loss and got stopped in profit. I took it off the drop. It was a quick trade, a quick scalp. I'm in another one. Let's see if I'll get stopped out. So far I'm not stopped out on Ethereum and Bitcoin. These are Fibonacci channels drawn in different ways. Disregard these targets you see there. I've had them before and I didn't clear them. I need to clear my chart and have a clear chart. It's a very good practice that when you get to your chart, you just clear your charts and start charting again and looking at the price action. 24,570 is my fib channel. If we go up there, that's my point of resistance I see. And at the bottom we have 22,961 and 22,555. Then we come down to 20k, 21,000. And at the bottom we also have this level of support, 21,200. So 21,000 is good enough. We don't need to mark this off. I'll get rid of the stop loss. Okay, and for now those are the targets. If we move higher, then I have higher targets. If we move lower, we have lower targets. I'll keep you updated. I don't have any other targets for Bitcoin, I think. Ethereum, on the other hand, Ethereum was also forming hidden bearish divergence on the hourly, and it played out. We came down, and I think at the moment let's see if we have any divergences at the moment to know if Ethereum is having a possible reversal to any side. Oh, I have this twice. Okay, this is on the hourly. RSI, a high over here. This is on the hourly, so it's not that powerful, but it's still a pattern. It's still an indication. So if we look at that, put a trend line, we have a high over here, a higher high, and a high over here, and a lower high. What does that tell us? That's bearish divergence. We have 15 minutes to confirm this bearish divergence. If it pumps and the RSI goes above, then we will need to break. Ethereum essentially needs to wipe out this range to say we don't have hidden bearish divergence, because we've been making lower highs on RSI. If Ethereum breaks the 1745 or the 1765 over here, then we'll erase this hidden bearish divergence, but we might still have hidden bearish divergence between this wick and the next wick at 1765 possibly, and you would have lower highs on RSI, on price action. You would erase it. Sorry, you would erase it. If you pump to 1770, you would erase the hidden bearish the bearish divergence. We have bearish divergence, and that's a reversal pattern that shows you that your uptrend is about to reverse. We had it at this candle, and we moved down. At the next, we opened lower, so maybe it played out. But in my opinion, we still have more room for playing this divergence. Let's look at the 4-hourly. Anything on the 4-hourly? Do we have any bullish divergences? Let me get rid of this trend line and take a clear look. On the 4-hourly, we have also bearish divergence between this high and this. Actually, if this closes like this in this hour, then we'd have lower highs and higher highs, and you'd have bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. That's in 3 hours. As for hidden bullish divergence, I would like to see hidden bull. That is lower highs, lower lows on RSI and higher lows. I'll give you an example. This is hidden bullish divergence. Higher lows on price action. I can't get it perfectly, but an example would be, okay, we had higher low on price action and lower lows on RSI. You could say something like that, but you need to use the peaks. So you could say, yeah, higher lows and lower lows. That is hidden bullish divergence. So that's telling me the trend will continue higher with this candle over here. This was my hidden bullish divergence candle, and I still have it still playing out. But at the moment, the RSI is going higher. So this is from this candle, it started playing out, and this is our move up. So will it continue? Will this play? This is a 4-hourly, so it's a very powerful time frame to see divergences. However, Bitcoin has a major bearish divergence on the daily. We need to not ignore that, which is playing out or will play out. The only way to erase it is to pump above the 31,000. We need to pump above this block, because we have a lower high in the price action, and on RSI we have higher highs being formed. So you still have hidden bearish divergence on the daily. That's a continuation of a trend, and the trend was down. Let's get back to Ethereum. This is Ethereum on Binance USD. 1720 is very critical for Ethereum. Where's my lines? Where are my channels? I can't see them over here. Who erased my channels? Where are my lines? Ethereum BUSD. Yeah, that's strange. Trading view acting funny. Oh, here's my line. Okay, 17. This line is exactly 1720. So you can see it's a point of control. So if you take the fixed volume range, same as Bitcoin with 23.8, for Ethereum is around 1720. We're just trading around it. You can put this tool on the chart, and this becomes your range for the trade. So that's your value area high, and that's your value area. Hey Jafar, how are you doing? Yeah, ETH is leading. ETH is leading, Jafar. I'm about to get off the stream in 5 minutes, Jafar, but I'll take a quick look at Phil USDT. I need to go to the airport, pick up my family. Phil Tether on Binance, is it? Okay, I'll take a look at Binance. Let's look at Phil USDT. Look at that move. The alts are moving. Okay, this is Phil USDT. It looks like to me, just looking at this, looks like a good place for a short. If I just look at it blindly, we had a spike up, spike down. Let's look at the 4 hourly first. I like to look at bigger time frames and see where is it sitting. Oh, Phil USDT is doing a great job making up. Look at that. On the 4 hourly, it barely has any resistance. Let's look at the VPVR and see if you have any volume blocking it from going up. On the 4 hourly, you are at, it looks like the top of the range. On the daily, you still have room to move up. That's a big candle. It needs to be recovered. It already moved as high as this. It is going to recover this red candle, but it's getting stuck. This is your resistance at the moment. This is your daily resistance. This red candle over here, the peak at 1139, that's your resistance. But you had support down here at 11. I'll get rid of that. At $11, you had good support. You held it for about 12 hours. So it's going to be resistance. If you get there and you're trying to make your way up, but this wick over here, if you go to lower time frames, if we go to the hourly, you'll see there are a bunch of candles and it'll give you a bigger picture of what's happening, a clearer picture. Look at that. So you can see this is on the 1 hour chart. Before we dropped, it was a big support. It gave you a big bounce. You came down, support, came down. It became very strong resistance. Look at that. That's where you got rejected the last time. If you're able to flip that, then that looks like to me like around the 30k range for Bitcoin. So that can give you a new support. If you get above 11 and hold it, then you will be getting support. But in my opinion, at the moment, you're going up to it, but you're unable to get up there. You're struggling at the value area high. If I take the fixed range volume profile and go on the 4 hourly, your level, let's look at this small range. This is on the 4 hourly. Fixed range profile, let's take it for this range. You broke above your value area high. And if we go from down here, the entire pump up, this entire pump up tells you you're above your value area high. So now you don't have anything to look at unless you go to bigger time frames and you look at a bigger picture. You pull it for this entire block down here and try and see that wick, that you've retraced so high, it's overextended. Your stochastic RSI is overbought. See what happens when you're overbought. You usually come down. You are overbought at the moment. Your RSI is at 84. That's so high, it needs to cool off. So what will happen essentially, you might have a retrace down. How far would you retrace? This is on the daily candle. Oh, that's a daily RSI, sorry. Your 4 hourly is also at 88. That's also so high. 79. Essentially, you want it to come down and maintain this bullish range. The bullish range is between the 30 to 70 RSI or the 40 to 70. That's your bullish range. But you want it to come down and maintain RSI at above 40. You want to maintain above 40. That's your bullish range of the RSI. So if it comes down, if I am to trade this and I'm going to go short, I'll say how low will it go? Okay, I'll take it from this part to this entire part. We will retrace to we could retrace to the golden pocket at $9.12. So you draw these fib retracement, and then if you go into a trade, you say, okay, we wicked, now we're at resistance. Essentially, you're on resistance in this order block. This is your resistance. And you say that, okay, where will I go? I could go to 0.382, 0.5, or 0.618. You're most welcome, Jafar. Always a pleasure. I'll try to go live tomorrow, maybe at a different timing. I'll see. But if you draw a parallel channel on the hourly chart, just like that and like that. There you go. That's your trading range. Your trading range is between 10.71 and 9.58. At the bottom of the range, you want to buy. At the top of the range, you'd like to sell. But yeah, preferably I want 3 touches in the range. I so far have 1. I got 2. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. If I get 1 more at the top, that's a good short and a good risk to reward. Stop loss, depending on how much money I'm risking, might be above the $11. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please smash the likes, subscribe, share my videos, put in the comments what would you like to do for me to do TA next, and I'll see you soon in my next live. Watch my videos, search my name on YouTube. You will find out that I have a lot of times that I post short trades when it's an urgent trade setup, or when there is something happening that I need to post it quick through my phone and I can't make a video at the moment and I'm on the move. I did that today. I was warning of an explosive move, and as soon as I posted, as it was loading on YouTube, we had that spike in Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. More trades. I'm out. Jafar, see you soon, bro.